Hi, hello. I'm Justin. This is Koopa. Welcome to Koopa's Corner. And today I want to talk to you about a Harry Potter theory. So I heard a theory that I thought was kind of fun, a little bit plausible. It did have some drawbacks. And I was thinking about this theory and I came up with one of my own. One that I actually looked for and could not find out there. So I think this is an original brand new Harry Potter theory. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. So it all started actually with, like I said, a theory that I had heard, and it was a theory you might have heard as well. It's one that Dumbledore uses his portrait in the Chocolate Frog cards as a bit of a spy network. That he uses that. That's how he gathers intel, and that's kind of how he's all knowing. On the surface, it's a really fun theory. I really liked it. There are a couple of drawbacks with it, though. He can't possibly know who's going to collect chocolate frog cards. Most people probably don't carry their collections with them at all time. And if it is a really popular thing, how does he filter what information is important, what information isn't? So it could be true, but it just got me thinking about Dumbledore's omniscience. How does he know everything, seemingly? At one point, he mentions he can cast a disillusionment charm so powerful that he renders himself completely and totally invisible, right? But even with that, he can't follow Harry around 24/7. He's the headmaster of the school. He's got a lot on his plate. We know that he, at least in Half-Blood Prince, he spends a lot of his time traveling away from the school. It's safe to say that he does so to a maybe lesser degree, but he does so throughout the entire series. I mean, in Sorcerer's Stone, even when they run to tell Dumbledore that, hey, we think Snape's going to steal it tonight, he's gone. He's heading to the Ministry. It's safe to say that, the Ministry probably called on him all of the time. He was part of the Wizengamot, the wizard, courtroom. He had a lot of obligations. So it can't possibly be that he just follows Harry around 24/7. So how does he know? How does he know, at least when with regard to Harry, kind of everything that's going on? And this is where I developed my own new theory. Guys, I think that Dumbledore had a copy of the Marauder's map. I think that the map that Harry has is not one of a kind. I think it's one of four. I think each of the Marauders had their own map. If they were skilled enough to create this magical artifact, then they would have been skilled enough to replicate it. Each of the four of them would have had one. We know that all four of them likely didn't fit under the invisibility cloak, particularly when they got older. Harry, Ron, and Hermione had a really difficult time fitting under the invisibility cloak with just three, but if you added a fourth, it would not have worked. I think that there were four Marauders maps. And here's the kicker. I don't think that Filch confiscated those maps. I think the Marauders planted those maps in Filch's office. Now, I'm sure, possibly James gave his to Dumbledore directly. I mean, it would explain a lot. Dumbledore would have the map. He'd be able to, wherever he was at, pull it out. I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. And he'd be able to look at it. He'd be able to see, oh, Harry's in his dormitory. Harry's here. He's in the kitchen. He's in the bathroom. He's in Transfiguration. He's wherever. Dumbledore can watch him and kind of know where he's up to. He can see him wandering around at night. He knows when he wanders around at night. Even if Dumbledore had followed Harry with being invisible himself with the disillusionment charm, if Harry had the invisibility cloak on, Dumbledore wouldn't have been able to follow him. So he could still see him, despite the invisibility cloak, on the Marauder's map. So I think that Dumbledore had the first copy of the Marauder's map. I think that Fred and George probably, and this is all speculation, there is absolutely really no solid proof to back any of this up, but I think it's a good theory. I think Fred and George probably took 2 copies of the map, and they each took their own, and they each, used it to sort of coordinate with each other. And that's why they really didn't have any problems giving one to Harry. That is such a valuable item, particularly for people who create such mischief as Fred and George. Giving it up completely, seemingly out of nowhere, it didn't always make a lot of sense. But it becomes much less valuable to them if they have 2. Well, you know what? We can just share. It becomes easy. So Harry has his. Fred and George probably still have one. Dumbledore has one. As for the 4th, well, I'm not exactly sure where the 4th could be. It could have been lost. It could have been destroyed. It could have still be in Filch's office. Wherever they hid them, wherever the confiscated items go. And Fred and George just never bothered to take the extra copy because they didn't need a 3rd. There's only 2 of them. So who knows? If it was Lupin who gave Dumbledore his copy, then maybe it's still at the Potter's house where it was destroyed the night that Voldemort attacked them. I'm not sure. But I think that there is some real plausibility in this theory. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's a pretty cool theory. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? What are the flaws? Do you think it's unlikely? Let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.